By the way, letting you know, housing sales in the latest period, new home sales in particular, up 8% in December, far stronger than thought. We also got the latest mortgage rates released. A typical 30-year fixed mortgage now is averaging 6.69%. Now, that is a little higher than the week before. I think we're averaging 6.60%. I always bring Katrina Campins to this, Fox News real estate contributor. And Katrina, I might have told you maybe once or twice what my wife and I were paying. We got our first home in the early 80s. It was double that, and we thought we were financial Nostradamuses. So when people moan about high rates, I say, man, kids, it could be a lot worse. What do you think?
You have, Neil. You've told me that story, and it's a good one.
Really?
Great to see you, my friend.
They act like they've never heard it before. Go ahead.
So, Neil, overall, indicators definitely are consistent, and they highlight a strong housing market expected in the upcoming spring and summer, which is great news. The data points all suggest to positive outlook for new construction homes in the market ahead, which you and I have been discussing now for a few months.
Right.
Despite a recent increase in existing home inventory, though, it still remains insufficient to meet the current and anticipated demand. This presents an opportune moment for builders and flippers to intensify their efforts. It's also a good opportunity for sellers who have been waiting on the sidelines to enter the market. Now, I've experienced the market shift in the last 3 weeks. Buyers are back, realtors are busy, and people are optimistic once again about the market. We're seeing multiple offer scenarios. I was currently in a 33 offer scenario where 33 people were competing against my buyer, which we haven't seen since COVID.
Where was this, Katrina? In Florida? What was going on?
Miami, Neil. Miami. Yes.
So they were bidding on the same property, right? What do people do in that environment? Because that's unusual, but not in Florida. But, you know, a lot of sellers have been reluctant to start putting their homes on the market because they have to find a home themselves. And in this environment, it's going to be pricey and the rates are going to be higher. So what's going on there?
And I'll tell you, in that scenario, what's so important is to really know the best way to negotiate. And the property ended up going for above asking price. So the inspection period was cut down to 1 day. The closing was a week. And the deposits were high. So in those scenarios, it's really important to just send in your best and final offer. Have a good real estate professional representing you because you're competing.
That one sounds like a cash deal if you can close within a week, right? Or was it?
Yeah,
okay. That
was a cash deal. And you're seeing people even in, and I'm not even referring to the luxury market right now, you're even seeing deals 800, 900, a million paying cash. You know, we're so accustomed to discussing, Neil, you and I, how luxury buyers pay cash. They're not as affected by mortgage rates. But what I'm beginning to see is that people have been waiting on the sidelines. They've been holding cash and they're ready to buy. Now, builders and developers are noticing this and they're getting very excited about the market and they're trying to really get product out there. So they're pushing for permits. Now, we did see, as you mentioned, rates fluctuate a little bit higher, but even given that, you know, mortgage applications are still up and people are just waiting to jump back into the market. Another thing I'm seeing are a lot of buyers reach out to builders and decide that it's time to build their dream home. So they're getting excited. Let's start the process. And I'm seeing that throughout the entire nation. Of course, Florida is its own animal. You see areas like Tampa and Miami and Palm Beach, you know, doing better than others. But I think overall, people are optimistic and hopefully we'll see sunshine here on the real estate market. All
right, the millions of dollars. That's Charlie Gasparino type of money, Katrina. So thank you very much. Always good catching up with you.
And I won't part with it.
Yeah, you will.
Great to see you, my friend.
And that'll tell you something about